my producer. Pull from the hip 4/5, I'm the shooter. Dog, I do ya. But the two don't discriminate, cause I shoot the guy
I ain't
next
heard
to
that
you. I can
podcast.
see right through you.
Welcome back to the I Ain't Heard That podcast show where we bring you positive interviews. And if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe, share, comment, and all that good stuff. What's going on, fellas?
What's going on?
What's good? What's good?
Vince, how you doing, man?
Good.
All right, yeah, little Mike didn't come in on us.
My bad.
All right, well, you're seeing we're going to go ahead and turn it over to Marvin. You can go ahead and introduce the new guest.
Well, I'm honored. You know, I got another one of my Doughboy brothers on here, man. I think my senior year, me and him had a competition of who can get the most dunks. I think I finished that season off strong. So if you don't know who I'm talking about, Mr. Western Michigan, Mr. Coach, Mr. Player, Demetrius Ward. What's up, Mimi?
What's good, man? How you doing?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. Taking it one day at a time.
Appreciate you getting on, my brother.
Oh, for sure. Anytime.
So,
anytime, my man.
Doughboy podcast.
You said what?
Welcome to the Persian Doughboy podcast.
Yeah, for sure. Doughboy Nation.
We got to get some King Crusaders on here, man. Please.
Yeah, you got to, man. And then rest in peace to Coach Whitfield too, man. He had passed away. I don't know if you've seen that a couple days ago. Well, last week. So he definitely passed away. So that's definitely a legend. Definitely want to say rest in peace to him. Mimi, why Persian?
It was 5 minutes from the crib. So to be honest, everybody was going there from Reach, obviously. They Dub, Noog, you had Mike Pope going there, Petey, Dre, all the people from the city, from the little area Reach. And I just thought it was a good situation for me. So I just wanted to be a part of the connection with Reach and Persian. Somebody that I can trust and I can be around.
There seems to be a constant theme when we talk about Persian, and that's the Reach program and Coach Canada. Talk about the importance of them in your life.
Yeah, they kept a lot of kids out of trouble. At a early age, it's so easy to, hang around with the wrong people and to get into a lot of trouble in the inner city. And Reach was that outlet that I think every Tuesday, Thursday, they had like after school programs where you can go hoop. It wasn't even just hooping, it was just teaching about life and, the bigger picture. They always gave us a big imagination, told us to dream big, and they told us anything was possible. And to have that early on, it just gave us bigger dreams to become more than just basketball players and to get outside of, that inner city and to think more than just, ball, rap, or, selling dope or whatever. So it just started, I think I started going there around 10. And it was just like, it was always a message behind everything. So they they always gave us NBA names. And, then like at the end of the practice, it was always the All-Star game. He was like, dang, I didn't make the All-Star game this week. I'm gonna come back Thursday and I'm gonna try my hardest to make the All-Star team or the All-Star game. And, it's just, they just gave us a big imagination and just, it helped us for the future to become men and also women, because there was some women there also. And then Canada, I think it was like they did that out the kindness of their heart. I don't think they got any money from that. So just to, take that time out to be with a lot of young kids, and to have the patience to do it. Because I know it's, man, looking back, I'm like, man, we were some bad kids. We used to do some crazy stuff. And to see, the time and patience that they put in and the confidence that they had within, that they believed in with us. So, yeah. And, it showed the loyalty just to go to Persian because it was trustworthy people. And I knew that they had my best interest.
So what was your NBA name?
Oh, man, I was Dale Davis. I was a rebounding machine. Oh, man, Dale Davis.
It's funny that I'm gonna rewind it a little bit more too, man. we speaking on Reach, man. A lot of people don't know, man, it was more than basketball, man. One of my favorite memories with Reach, and I want to hear yours, but one of my favorite memories when we all got on the Bluebird and we went to Cedar Point. And if people don't know, the Bluebird was like this big old bus that we had. And B was like, yeah, man, we taking the Bluebird, man. Let's ride on the bird.
I forgot all about that. Yeah, we did do that. Then we got on like the demon drop. Man, there's so many good memories, man. The Chicago trips that we had, going to Chicago, play some of the best talents at the YMCA, the hardball dudes, Kofi, I guess Kofi and the other dude
from what's the
yeah, from hardball. And then you had the older guys, Brock, that went to Illinois.
Yeah.
And there was another like stocky dude that was pretty good. But I like the summer camps. The summer camps was always lit, man. It was something to remember. JD with all the cooking that he did, and you know, just bringing people in from like all over the city, and we was just bonding and just connecting. And you see that we still have this like relationship and this bond till now. And it was just, man, out the kindness of their heart, man. It's pretty amazing.
So speaking on that, we were blessed to have Coach Canada on this show, and you can feel his presence when he was on this show, how important he is. But do you think that has a lot to do with the bond that Persian has? You know, like every player knows the history, everybody knows each other. Do you think that had a lot to do with it, him personally?
I just think it's just his character. Like his character, he got a strong character, a good, strong personality, and things that he always taught me, it sticks with me to this day. And it's like, whatever you're gonna do, whatever you start, you're gonna finish it, and you're not gonna quit. You made that decision, you're gonna live with it. And it was just like so much I can talk to him about, like other than basketball. And for him to be like that, you gotta have like a connection with the kids. And sometimes, you know, people just do it just to use people, you know, try to get something to benefit themselves, but he did it out the kindness of his heart. And still, when I go back to the States of Detroit, I can always hit him up, like, yo, let's work out, let's do this, let's do that. All right, bet. And he just still joke around and talk trash the whole time. And it seemed like we never left. Like, I'm still here, still got that bond after not seeing him for 3-4 years. And I still can pick up the phone and hit him up anytime and ask for some advice. So It could be that he had that, like the bond with the kids, but I just think the way that he was brought up, and, you know, I think Reach was also there for him. So he also wanted to give back, and he's still doing it now.
Bill, my next question for you, Persian versus Osborne. When I say those two things.
we man, you remember on the way to the game, they started shooting?
Man,
when we was on a bus.
Yes, and remember that. I got so many Persian Osborne stories, man. But what does Persian Osborne mean to you?
Oh, that's the rivalry for sure. They had some good players. You had Solomon, Dewan, Mike D was there. Man, it was just always a big rivalry. I think they got us your senior year in the city or the states or the cities.
No, they got us for the states. They got us. It was hard.
Yeah,
3 times in a row.
Cass. Yeah. I remember that. But they had so much talent, and I think, like, obviously, I think we was the better team, the better school on a mile, and we got the best of them more than they did us. And I remember I'm throwing that thing to you off the glass, and you, oh man, it was live. It was, man.
So explain that play, Mimi, because I always talk about that play in my perspective, but I never understood it in your perspective, man. Go by that play, and what he's talking about, guys, is. So long story short, man, it was a nail in the coffin. I took the ball from Solomon Ferris, who's their best player, and I threw it to Mimi ahead. He could have dunked it. He was already full speed, could have dunked it, but he looked back and he threw that thing off the glass at the crib, and I just came out of nowhere, dunked it, and we just all went into the crowd. So, from your aspect, what was in your mind?
Man, I had to give my big dude some touches, man. I already had I think two or three dunks early in the game. So I'm like, and I think the previous play before that, I dropped it off to you with a spin and you dunked it. I'm like, I'm throwing this off the glass for sure. So I look behind, I'm like, oh yeah, he running too. Go get it, big fella, eat. And you threw it down and you smacked the glass, I think. And the crowd, man, them games was crazy. Like, Man, I wish we can go back and do it again. But yeah, I had to throw it off the glass, man. That was the style back in the day. I could have threw it off the glass to myself and got it. But to be honest, I think my legs was gone. My legs was gone. I'm like, the best scenario is throw it off the glass to you.
But the thing is, guys, what's so funny is he definitely threw it off the glass to himself in the game, though. That's the thing. I didn't know what he was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I'm just running because, like you said, he threw it. You know, it's big games. On a fast break and threw it off the glass to himself. And he go crazy. So I'm like, but man, as soon as he threw it off the glass, I'm like, oh yeah, it's showtime.
Yeah, for sure, man. The big homie. Missed them times, man.
So, was there any teams other than PSL teams that they gave you trouble, or not trouble, that you considered a big game?
Big game, really? Like, not De La Salle, I would say, gave us some trouble. Like, they was just like hard to play against. Like their style of play like really didn't fit like our style of defense. We did a lot of run and jump. They had a lot of shooters, like usually, but we always got up for like the Orchard Lake games, the crossover games. Who else? Yeah, Orchard Lake. Brother Rice, maybe. Brother Rice, back in the, yeah. Those games were always fun because some of those guys went to reach also, so it was always good to play and compete against them because we always talked a lot of trash saying that we were the better team. They want to survive in the PSL. They say we want to survive in the Catholic League or something like that. And Catholic Central.
Yeah,
you remember Dirk?
Yeah, Dirk just get busy. You hear me? Catholic Central was good, man. Dirk just
yeah. Those was the games we used to, yeah. Catholic Central, Brother Rice, Orchard Lake, and De La Salle. I'd say De La Salle gave us like some problems. They were pretty hard to play against.
Mimi, my next question for you: your most memorable high school game. I'm gonna give you mine first, and then you give me yours second. Mine is when we played Finney at Finney my senior year when I didn't get to play. But that atmosphere at Finney was probably the best environment I've ever been in a high school basketball game. What is your most memorable high school game?
Hold on, that's the one we lost?
Yeah, remember I ain't played. Yeah, that's when Mikey. No, yeah, when Mikey and them at Finney. Remember?
Oh, I got that tag. I dunked it and smacked the glass. I smacked the glass hella hard. Got the tag. Yeah. I remember that. Oh, memorable moment. It's that Romulus game in the state semi.
Who you dunked on dude and they called that charge?
Oh man, yeah, that one. Then I hit the one to go to the state to make it to the state championship. Because I think we was down most of the game. We end up coming back.
Yeah.
Then Knicks got the ball and Keith got the playing well. Yeah, the cameras was following us around, man. That was just like an unforgettable moment. But it was also like that Osborne game at the P, the one I threw it off the glass to you, was a memorable game. Also Finney, when we played at Finney, when I threw a hoop to myself, I threw it up to myself and Kwame Kilpatrick was there. And it was so many people there. Yeah. That Finney game, the Romulus game, and the Osborne game with at the P. Because the P was always rocking.
Do you remember the Finney game at Persian my senior year when you dunked on the Kavan and started popping your collar in the crowd?
I forgot I caught Vonnie. Yeah, I did. Man, we used to talk so much trash back then. We still do talk trash. That's the crazy part. But yeah.
Mimi, so not to cut you off, Vince, but explain making it to the state playoffs, because you got to think, out of my 4 years, we didn't win nothing. We lost to the cities twice, and we didn't go far in the states. Explain your mindset when y'all was playing Saginaw, and then explain your mindset once you lost, like, it's your senior year, so now it's over.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like the first 2 years, sophomore year, we didn't make it. We made it past like districts or regionals, but we never made it to the brass one. Mm-hmm. So just to get that experience to make it to the state championship, playing Day and D West and Mike Green. Mm-hmm. D West committed to Tennessee and Day was at state, committed to state. It was we both had the same type of style, run and jump the whole game. and just go up and down. And then it was pretty big because Nick's committed to state and also Keith committed to state. So, and we was playing at state. So it was a interesting game. I think they were the favorite because they won it the previous year. And I think we got them in like preseason or something. And I'm like, man, they not that good. But then Day came out and he just like was just rebounding the hell out the ball. Mike Green went off with 30, and then like we didn't show up. But it just showed like how we stuck together throughout the whole season, and our goal was to be there. We was there. Unfortunately, we didn't win it, but it made them ready for the next year, and it got them guys ready. So we didn't sacrifice nothing, but we gave them the blueprint of how it was done. So it was a hell of a preseason, and we did that without T-Hop. T-Hop was on the roster in the beginning of the season. So we was really loaded, and it wasn't our turn, wasn't our time. But just a learning experience, and they got Keith, Dion, Dindog, Derek, knowing ready for the next season, the next year to take it all away. Because if you think about it, Saginaw won it the year before. They knew what and what not to do. And that was our first time, everybody's first time experiencing that situation. So being followed around with the cameras in your face the whole time, I think, not to throw Gene under the bus or anything, I think he forgot his shoes or something, man. Like people were nervous, and that type of stuff happened. So after that season, like me, Tay, Gene, Tay Bailey, like we were gone. So they had still Mr. Basketball, another Mr. Basketball, Dion, Ben. They still had a core group of guys, so they knew what it took to get there. So, if Persian won, we all win. So I was happy for him.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
Long story short, man, it was just we just had to bite that bullet right there, and it felt good to get there. We still got a ring. We still got a ring. That's all that matters. We lost to a good group of kids.
So funniest thing, man, Dante was telling us that story too, man. He was telling us that it was the camera guy. He was following y'all, and then he fell down the hill or something like that.
But he did fall, a little goofball. I don't know. It might have been his first time too. He was doing some weird stuff, man. Like, people was hella nervous that around that time, but it felt good, man. The best part was just seeing like your teachers there, man. Everybody drove up to come support the teachers, most of the students. Then that was around like March or something. So it was had like another 3 weeks, 3-4 weeks left in school. And then you go back into school, everybody just dapping you up. And it was on TV.
Yeah.
So, you got your first TV experience, and when you come back to the school, all the teachers happy for you after they've been mean to you the whole year. Like, yeah, put some respect on my name. It felt good though.
You think if you had social media around that time?
Speaking of De La Salle.
Go ahead, Vince.
What'd you say?
Oh no, you just get what'd you say?
Now I'm just gonna say, you think if you had social media back then, you would have been trending?
Oh man, my group, man. What was my nickname? What I used to call, man. I had so many names. Man, I would have been in trouble if I had social media back then. I would have been in some real trouble. I would have been trending for all the wrong reasons. Oh.
Back in the day when I was at King, we played De La Salle in a crossover game, and they had a guy named Mike Pepelowski. Later went to Michigan State, 6'10" guy, big guy, De La Salle. He was pretty good, but Bobby Knight had came to see him play, and I just happened to have one of those games, where. And after the game, Bobby Knight spoke to me, and now I was just like, oh my God, what was that moment for you?
I think we was in AAU. We was in Indiana, and we was playing, I think Devin Ebanks. And I got off. I was balling, and Eric Gorton was there. Eric Gorton and I think it's Samson, the coach from Indiana at the time.
Yeah.
Ralph Sam. I don't know his name. And then he was like, "Who's that guy?" I'm like,
Calvin Sampson. Sorry.
Yeah, he was like, "Who?" Eric Gorton was like, "Who is this guy?" And I'm like, oh shit, I'm getting some recognition. Cause I like that weekend, like I got in trouble with like the Mustangs, and I'm like, man, this shit boring. Like, cause we lost to like a the team that had like the Jokers. They weren't even sponsored by Nike, Adidas, and nothing. They had some whack jerseys. And I'm like, yo, this is just boring. So I got benched like the whole weekend, and then I'm like, I'm about to quit. And like Canada said, like you start something, you're not you always gonna finish it. It's like you're not gonna quit. You're gonna sit your butt on the bench or whatever. So then we go to Indiana, and luckily, like most of those guys had prom at the time, like Brad Redford, Washburn, and some other guys that was on the team. So I had no choice but to play. So I go out there, and I think I averaged about like 25 to like 30 over the weekend with like good amount of assists, and like I got some recognition. But I already committed, so it was pretty cool.
Let me ask my famous question here. So going on those AAU teams, and you guys had some huge AAU teams, you know, but basketball camps back in that day where you had to go and all the elite talent come together to basketball camp and you worked out for coaches, or AAU tournaments where you could stack a team, put all you guys on the team. Which one do you feel is better? And could camps make a comeback?
I think camps could make a comeback if it was brought up the right way. But I think like AAU is being like with the social media right now, all you need is like one good game and you could be like a get you a good scholarship, would be a bust. And it's just all like athleticism. It's really not based on like the talents or the skills. It's just athleticism and a lot of dunking. And you really don't get a chance to see the skills because all you're doing is going up and down. But in camps, you get to see basic footwork, the IQ of a player, and you get a chance to be more with the players. So I think like the camps is a better opportunity to learn the players and to get to know the strengths and the weakness of the player, rather than AAU when you stack a whole team. You like everybody look good when everybody's good, but put that player on this team with a bunch of average players. Could he stand out and could he make that team better? So I think the camp is, in my opinion, the better way, the better route.
Mimi, you think AAU is more important than high school basketball?
It depends on what you're looking for. If you're trying to get like the scholarship for like going to college, I think AAU is more important. High school basketball is also tough, depending on who you got in your league too. Like if you got like some dogs and some people that's good in the state and the city, that's coming, like coaches coming out to see them, then it's pretty good. But I would say I think college, high school basketball is tougher than AAU because really don't nobody play like defense really in AAU, and then high school it's a pride thing. You got the rivalries here and there. Then you want to be the best in the city. Then it's state rankings. You want to be best in the state. So, in my opinion, I would say high school as far as in like competition wise, not competition wise, but being more competitive. And then on the circuit, it's more like not friendly, but like you're really trying to take somebody's head off when it's like a really big name. Other than that, I just think it's just depending on if you got a scholarship, trying to get your name out there.
What do you think better prepares you for college, AAU or your PSL schedule?
For college, oh, my PSL schedule for sure. Man, we used to do some crazy running. Like we had this cross country, so we had to play two sports. And like I'm a big dude, like I had like a football body. I got like a football body, so I'm like, yo, I seen tryouts for football. I never played football in my life. I go out to tryouts. I'm like, coach, like, kind of like, what you doing? I'm like, testing the waters. He said, man, if you don't get your butt, you don't take your butt home. And what he said was, it made a lot of sense because I was already signed. And he was like, man, you go out there, you break, you hurt yourself because you don't know what you're doing. He said, stop being lazy and, run track. I said, oh, man. So we get out there and we just running a lot. And then, like, if one person don't make it, the whole team got to redo it. So that built like accountability with your teammates. And the practice was always intense. We always, uplift each other, and we also held each other accountable. And then AAU is just like, we meeting up, I think 3 times a week for practice for like an hour and a half, and you just hooping. And nobody really challenged each other like that. And then college, it's just like everybody that's equally gifted, maybe a little, depending on what level you at, more skilled, but everybody's still fighting for that position. Nothing is given in college, and you learn that in like high school rather than AAU in my situation.
You say y'all uplifted each other. How many times did you have to uplift Skip? Because I heard he never made time. So I heard he never made the time in runs.
I never made no sets.
No sets, bro. It takes some time to get used to them sets. Skip's a good dude. Sometimes like it's hard to uplift like such a negative person. But like Skip got a good heart. You can see it now. It's like, yo, man, you good? You got this. I made it, man. He talking about I ain't touched the line. I'm like, you good, bro? We got this. We good. And you're like, man, he don't like me, man.
I used to be tripping. I told you.
Yeah, we gonna jump on. Man, it was quite a few times I had to uplift him, but he also uplift me too. Sometimes I didn't make it, and then sometimes it wasn't even about the running. Sometimes it's just like I was in my own head, or I wasn't like doing the best, and then like Waddell thought like I was his son. Like, man, this dude said some crazy stuff, did some crazy stuff. My head go down, Skip like, you good, Mimi, man, keep your head up, you got this. And it was just like, man, it was vice versa. We all lift each other up. We all care for each other.
Now, listen, let me tell y'all the truth, man. Mimi is a jokester. So when people say wild and crazy stuff, Mimi would be the first one to laugh. And then everybody else would be laughing because he can't hold it in.
So Skip, you say you was going to jump him?
No.
Let's jump him, man. Let's jump him.
Hey, were you there for the Dante fiasco? Were you there for that?
Oh man, yeah, I was there. That's bro. We ran the whole damn day. We had to jump some chairs too, and then Skip ain't make it. He just sat on the sideline, and he was like, everybody else gonna run. And then I think they said, get your big ass up or something. And they got into it. I'm like, oh, here we go. I'm like, shit, at least we got a break.
No, maybe the craziest thing, bro, they shut the practice out after that, bro. Remember? It was getting out of line, dog. And Waddell hyped it up like, y'all trying to jump my guy, and they ain't even work.
The good days, man.
Oh man.
Man, I got 2 more questions for you for AAU, Mimi. So one of them is best player you played with the AAU and the best player you played against the AAU.
Play with AAU and against. Oh, against an AAU, who is, bro? Hey, bro, I don't even know. Oh man, I got this one story. We was in Vegas. It's 2. I need 2. Thomas Madison Griffin went to Oklahoma with Blake Griffin, little stocky guard. He was tough. We played him in like the Houston Hoops. He was just hard to guard, like strong, can jump, shoot, did everything. And then it was just this one dude, you guard a good dude. I'm like, I got to do with the K-Switch on. Tip off, bro. This dude, honestly, man, this dude had the craziest footwork. He was doing like Kobe Bryant spins. I'm like, man, what the hell I done got myself into? I didn't know who he was. He was like an Asian dude, like with some K-Switch, some no-name shoes. I'm like, I got him. And he just went off like just getting buckets. I don't know his name to this day, and that's just sticking in my head. I'm like, he gave me problems. And AAU, the best guy I played with, that's tough. I say the best shooter was Brad Redford. This dude said, let's go get some shots. I said, all right, cool. You shoot, you miss, and it's the next person's turn. bro, I ain't touched the ball. I ain't shoot a shot for like 8 minutes. I'm just like, damn, bro. I'm throwing them bad passes too, just for them to miss. I'm like, damn, hey, this is my first and last time coming to get shots up with you, buddy. we're gonna do a new routine. Next thing you know, it's Brad. It was just us two, and then you look over, we got like 30 other people just watching them shoot. And I'm just like, yo, he was so easy to play with. Oh, hey, yeah, Brad Redford, man, we had some dogs. Jason Washburn was good. Yeah, I say them too.
So looking back on your high school and AAU career, give me one play that you wish you could change that's stuck in your head right now that you say, man, if I could go back, I would do this different.
In high school?
High school or AAU?
One play. Oh, shit. Oh, when I got dunked on. Man, I got dunked on at the Saint. By Pontiac Northern dude, Martell Webster or something like that. Canada set us up, man. They was just dunking everything. Him and the other, it was a light-skinned dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was dunking. Canada was like, they get another dunk, something happening. I tried to hawk this dude down and tried to foul him, and he just boom. I'm like, oh shit. Oh man. And we lost. I felt hella bad. That play I will take back. I just let him get the dunk. And AAU, man, I don't remember nothing AAU, man. That was so long ago. AAU, I was good. Not too many stuff happened. Not too much happened in AAU. I would take that dunk back.
Maybe I'm gonna give you two names and you tell me what these people mean to you. Mark Webster and Virgil Phillips.
Oh, the GOATs. Those the Godfathers. They mean a lot. Inspirational people, uplifting people, bright vision, I would say. Man, to this day, I still have problems like with the imagination. And that's so big. Like they told us at a very young age that we can be any and everything that we wanted to be. And then sometimes you just look at your circumstances and you don't believe it. But just hearing them constantly say it and constantly hype you up to believe it and to do that out the kindness of their heart, and to see the way that V brought up Shad and that swagger and that confidence that he had to be that dog player that he was, and to do that with like 500 kids. And man, it was just like an amazing spirit with them two. You know, Mark, like sometimes I didn't have the funds to go on a trip. He's like, I got you. Don't worry about it. I'm like, damn, man, I just met this dude. I just met Buddy. He don't know me like that. But he did it out the kindness of his heart. And he always spoke highly of us, and he always wanted us to, you know, go further in life. And I really don't know his reasons why. I don't know too much about his upbringing, but man, them people are just amazing. And they still giving back to the community. They still doing it years later, 50, 40 years in the game. So those two names mean a lot for me, man. Without them, I wouldn't been able to become the person I am today. Getting the full ride to go play ball. I was just, man, I don't know what I'd be doing if I ain't hoop. And, you know, I just got to give thanks to those two, you know, for opening up that organization and the outlet to give kids the chance to make something of themselves. And the most important is just believing in them and having that patience with those kids.
Top five Doughboys, Mimi. You got your starting five all time, Persian Doughboys. Go.
That I played with, or just
your top five?
Anybody.
Your top five all time.
From what I heard, they said Winford Walton was a dog, so I'm gonna just put him on there just out of respect. Willie Mitchell. No, I'm cap, man. I'm talking shit, man. Let me. All right. I'm gonna go with Jabari. Jabari was a beast. Jabari. Jabari at the 1. I got to go with, Keith. I forgot Keith went to Persian. Keith at the 2. I ain't going to include myself. I'm going to put Petey in there. Winford Walton. I'm going to put K. Felder in there, too.
That's your top 5?
Yep.
All time?
We all time. Don't, man. K. Felder's a dog. K. Felder's a dog. Keith, I seen Keith. Keith was a Petey was cold. Jabari was just something different. I don't know what for Warren. They say he was the next thing to Kobe back in the day.
Number 2.
So I'm gonna throw him in there.
Yeah.
And so why Western?
Why Western? Oh man, man, I was in a rough stage of my life. I got in trouble in AAU, like I said, and I wasn't playing. And it was like my last year at AAU. I'm like, shit, I ain't got no offers, nothing. I'm about to quit. I'm about to go over there to the family or something. Kind of was like, nope, you staying. Ain't no quitting. You gonna sit your butt on that bench and you gonna ride it out like a man. It's all right. Then Western come offer me a scholarship out of the blue. I go on a visit, and it's like, Demetrius, this is we're offering you a full ride. What you want to do? All right, let me think about it. Can I talk to Canada? It's like, man, you're gonna go there, you're gonna play. You don't gotta worry about no high major players coming in trying to take your spot. It's always gonna be mid-major talent. So you're gonna play all 4 years. And it's like, it's 2 hours from the crib. We had Dre was there at the time. Martell, like other Detroit players was there. So he's like, it's a good situation for you. It's like, what you want to do? You want to play or you want to try to go somewhere high major and sit the bench? I'm like, all right. So that made sense. And I knew like he wanted my best interest. So I ended up signing and it worked out, I guess.
Could have been anybody else?
At that time, I didn't have no offers because I wasn't playing. Then once I committed, like I started blowing up on the circuit. Like I was killing. I had a half-court buzzer beater against the Morrison twins from Kansas. That's one like. Then I was killing. I told you the Indiana tournament. I was killing in Vegas. I did. I think we played Peyton Siva. I wasn't sure, but did good against him. Devin Ebanks. Then teams started showing interest, but I was already committed.
They ain't trying to get you to decommit? Because I know, like, for instance, when I signed with Eastern, and then, like you said, when I was going to kick tail and stuff like that on that circuit, then I think Oregon was trying to get me in. But then you know how Dub was. Dub was like,
yeah,
well, you already committed. So why entertain them?
Yeah.
That could be a better.
Yeah.
Like, no, you already made your decision. So that's where you're going.
Yeah. I think so, man. Not the song. I don't, bro. I heard like Kentucky, like show, not like just acts or whatever. Kentucky, Indiana. I want to say Florida and Tennessee maybe, but it wasn't nothing like really serious. I think they just asked, but it never crossed my mind to decommit or go somewhere else. I thought I was going one and done. I was on my high horse that senior year.
So my next question for you, in your opinion, when you got to college, I know a lot of players when they go from high school to college, the game is it's a little faster. They got to try to condition to get to speed. When you got to Western, was it any different? Was the speed different? Did you have to get stronger?
No, I think I was one of the strongest, maybe the strongest on the team, like as in like bench press. I just had to get used to the court. The court was bigger. I remember like in open gym, I got like a fast break and he threw it over the top. I was about to dunk it. I realized I was at the free throw line. I say, damn, I'm gonna have to try to finger roll this one. I thought I was at the rim. I'm like, I'm gonna have to finger roll this one. But other than that, man, the guys were strong. It was a lot more physical in high school and college. I think I did well my first year, but my focus wasn't there. Like once that first game where I think I got like 0+0 on the scouting report on the scouting. I played 30 seconds. I'm like, oh hell, this ain't it. this ain't it. I'm like, man, I'm about to leave. I'm out. Talk to Canada, same story. Stick it out, blah, blah, blah. Seniority. You got 6 seniors, they leaving next year. Ride it out. So then, like, I wasn't used to all that freedom. So I'm like, I'm just roaming around the dorms doing whatever I wanted to do, just crazy stuff. Then I made myself on scouting team. And boy, I was just going on. I couldn't do no wrong on scouting team. I had to be the other players. So they was like, damn, he really good. And then like the next year I was supposed to be like the starting point or whatever. But it didn't work out because I fractured my leg. But it wasn't no big difference for me from college to from high school to college. The game was just a little faster and a little more physical, but I think I was strong to compete with those guys.
Now, some people, it either frees them up or it hinders them. When you got to college and the freedom, nobody waking you up like get to class on time or your class is scheduled this time with that much, well, not too much freedom because you're an athlete. Did you find it helped you or was it?
Canada taught us that freshman year. Be on time when time is involved. If you ain't early, you late. And when you late, we all running. So it was just a discipline thing from 9th grade into senior year. So when it was like, okay, you got to be here and here, that was real easy. Like I didn't have no problems with that. It was just like running at 6 a.m. that messed me up. I'm like, yo, this hella early. Like we usually do our running in like the afternoon. So I had to get like my body adjusted to that. And then like the lifting schedules, that was like the difficult part. And then just going to the class. Like after all of that. But like waking up by yourself, that was pretty easy. Then then we ate on campus, so that was also cool.
Man, the thing I said about college, especially my freshman year, all right, you got class in this building, and then you got class in a whole other building, and I didn't know what the buildings was. So my first year I was late. Every time the semester changed, I was always late because I was, excuse me, at first I never said nothing to nobody, so I try to figure it out myself. But I'm like, excuse me, do you know what Quirk Hall is? They're like, yeah, it's all the way over there. I get all the way over there. That's not Quirk Hall. So
I'm lost.
So now the building rung, I'm late.
Mm-hmm.
Happened to you?
Man, they were smart enough to put us all in the same. Like we all was criminal justice majors, so we was all in the same classes. It was a gift and a curse because we didn't pay attention that often. But somebody knew where the building was. But I got lost a few times when I had like human sexuality classes. I didn't know where the heck that building was at. I'm like, yo, I'm lost. I'm lost. I'm real lost. But they were lenient with us. As long as you talk to them and tell them what's going on, be proactive with everything, then it's really not a problem. Just speaking up, having that communication.
For sure.
Well, okay, you got to tell me what class was it? Because like me, I dropped a class and picked up photography thinking this is an easy A. And then I walk in and they talking about what time period was this painted and who painted it. And I'm like, oh my God. So what was your class?
Oh, man. Geology, something about some rocks. Man, I'm like, oh, this is going to be real easy. Man, I didn't understand what they were talking about with rocks. I'm like, man, and I ended up getting like a C or a D. It was this track girl that was in the class, and we used to always just try to copy off her paper because she was interested in like that type of stuff. I'm like, yeah, this ain't it. This ain't it. But I ended up taking yoga. I got an A in yoga. It was just like 7 a.m, and I'm still not flexible. I got no type of concept. I'm working on it though, man. That's a yoga class.
I took a dance class. When I was going into my last year, I just needed some classes. I was in a salsa and ballroom and everything. They're like, look at the big fella.
I took dance in high school.
I did.
I think. I took dance. I wanted to learn how to dance. It's like you dance, you know how to play defense. or something like that. Guess
Hold
that's why
on,
I'm
so
a defensive specialist.
we gotta hold on, Skip. So as big as you are, you in dance
So,
class, you know them women little in there, the
Yeah.
little tiny women.
man.
So
But I think we was stepping though. We was doing like the two-step, these little that type of dance.
Open up
Not this
the hill.
Bella, the little not the little tutu stuff, man. Nah.
oh man.
I was a lot smaller in high school. I was still like strong, but I wasn't as big as I am now. I don't know how this happened. Everybody's skinny in my family.
Oh man.
I don't know, man. Something ain't right.
Maybe who would you consider who was y'all rival in the match? So like I know when y'all had them on the schedule, like, you know what, we gotta win this game. This is our rival. Who was that to you?
Central? We hated Central, bro. We hated Central. We hated them bad. We always knew we was gonna bust y'all, but Eastern. Nah. Eastern was cool too. Y'all ended our senior day, bro.
I know.
I remember that. I was pissed. We lost our senior game, man, against Eastern.
So my next question, since you said that senior day, this just popped up in my head. David Cool. See, explain David Cool, man, because David Cool was a bucket getter, and you had to play behind him because y'all played the same position, right?
The crazy. He got Mr. Basketball over Petey, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Him and Petey the same year. I'm like, oh, this dude, him? Hell no. But he was like the coolest, humble. He was a leader. Not necessarily verbally, but like what he did. And like he wasn't the most athletic, the most like in shape, but he can get his shot off. He know how to get fouls. Hell of a free throw shooter, know how to use his body, could post up, know when to turn it on, when to turn it off, and man, just smart. And he was cool off the court too, man. We had any problems, we can talk to him. And he says some funny stuff, man, that'll surprise you. But it was like, yeah, one of the best players I ever played with, David Cool.
A bucket
burner.
A bucket
Man,
getter.
he did not miss. And I'm like, how? It wasn't like he was flashy with the ball, pump fake, one dribble, pull up. I'll be backing up, three-pointer.
Yep.
Are we in the bonus? I'm drawing this foul. You look up, he got 25, 27. With a decent field goal percentage. I'm like, buddy, nice.
You ain't got to convince me because I coached against him and he gave us work. When I was the head coach at Michigan Dearborn, my God, we came up there on my birthday. I was so mad. I was so mad at whoever scheduled that game. I should have fired my assistant coach, really.
But he's so cool, though. You be like, man, no way. Like Jokic. You like, man, this big dude, no. But fill up the stat sheet. And he's smart. It's like, he know what he can do. He know what he can't do. You're not out here trying to take 1,000 dribbles, try to be the most flashy dude. And he understood the game. So he got to his spots where he wanted to get to, read the streams well. If you chased him, he'd flare out or he'd tight curl. And I'm like, damn, I learned a lot from him. He made it easy to play with. Like, the target on him. It's time for me to eat. Oh, man.
Your most memorable college game?
College. Damn. Oh, man. College. Dang, man. I be forgetting this type of stuff. Remember was a good thing. Hey, remember was a good thing or a bad thing? I give you the bad one.
Okay.
And we was in Kent State. We was up 2 with 9 seconds left. They got to go full court. Coach was like, whatever you do, no threes. All right. This dude go coast to coast and drive and dunks and get an and one on our big man. Makes the free throw, we lose the game.
In 9 seconds.
9 seconds. He did a crossover at half court, went up, dunked it. The point guard. It was the point guard. The point guard dunked on our 5 man. And I'm like, yo, out of all the stuff, I'd rather the dude hit a 3. He went coast to coast and got an N1 dunk. And I'm like, man, that was a long bus trip home. So when you think about college, I'm like, man, that's the only thing I can think of. The most memory, yeah, that was it. We play Tennessee Tech and like the CIT. They had a dude named Calvin Murphy. He was a bucket. But we ended up beating them and advancing to like the second round. That was a big game for us. That was a really good game.
Mimi,
So
question.
those two. What's up?
No, I said go ahead. I thought
you
that was,
You got it.
if you could do it all over again, would you go to Western Michigan?
Would I go to Western Michigan? I ask myself that question a lot. I'll say
You don't, that don't sound confident, man.
yeah. I don't know. I would say yeah, but I do stuff a lot. I do stuff differently.
What would you do different?
I didn't capitalize off of that situation. I had the ultimate green light as a freshman, but I was pretty shy and passive. And then I was just content with like just sticking in, like fitting in with everybody else when like the coach believed in me and gave me like the freedom as a freshman, but I didn't take advantage of it. And then unfortunately, like I fractured my leg my second year. In third year, I made all conference, and then the senior year didn't work out so well. I would say I would go back there because I built some relationships there that you can't change. I'm still cool with some people there. But I would just like, as a basketball perspective, I would do things a lot different. I would take care of my body more. I eat the right stuff, and I would start I will start networking a lot better, like because there was so many people there that doing a lot. That's doing a lot of stuff that's really helpful, and I was just pretty nonchalant about everything, just sticking to myself, being a loner. Not talking to too many people and just focusing on the wrong things. I think I was not better than. I think I had the talent to compete at a higher level, but I didn't have the mindset or the discipline. And the discipline was on my part as far as like wanting to party, not really spending that much time in the gym. And just taking things for granted, just being, like I said, being content. So I think Western was a good fit because I wasn't ready. And at the time I still wasn't ready, but I still had a decent career after all the stuff that went on.
That leads me right into my next question. So D Ward now, the mature man, if he's looking at D Ward in high school and D Ward in college, what does he tell them in the huddle? First D Ward in high school, what is he telling him in high school?
I was be more aggressive. I think I always not took the back seat. I was just always in the back, just letting everybody else have the shine. Like I knew I had talent, but it was just like, I don't like all this attention. I would just say, believe in yourself, be more aggressive, and be more confident, and just, ball out. And then like in college, it would be the same thing. Get up shots, limit my distractions, hang around like the good guys that's always in the gym. And like when I'm not in the gym, try to better myself as a person rather than, trying to see where the next party is or trying to see what this person is doing or what that person is doing. Just, work on my maturity and it's still a working process.
All right, Mimi. So now you graduate from Western Michigan with a criminal justice degree, right?
That ain't doing
it. Now you playing overseas.
Yeah.
Is the game faster? Is it slower? Are you more mature when you go over overseas? What's your mindset when you first leave the States to go play over the water?
I didn't know what to expect. This was my first time going to Europe, leaving West. I just graduated. Or did I? No. I graduated a little later because I messed up in this math class. So I go over there, and then like I was like the third league in Germany, third league. So it was like the Pro B. And then like coming from college, you used to, practice jerseys, shoes, like all this, just being spoiled. And I come over there, and my like the manager of the team, which is like a really good friend of mine now, like a father figure, like grandpa, whatever. He picked me up had the little thing. I'm like, who's this dude? He's like, Demetrius, come with me. It was like an hour from the airport, and on the Autobahn, it was like unlimited. So I'm like, man, this dude is driving hella fast. He didn't say nothing about basketball. I'm like, yo, did I get in the damn right car?
You're on the hostile tip,
man. Bro, so I was nervous. I was hella nervous. And then it's like, all right, bring a white and a dark shirt to practice. So what? All right. So I get to practice, and it's like 10 people. I'm like, oh man, here we go. So it's like damn near going shirts and skins. So then it's just like adjusting to the style of play where it was, I think you missed. The shot clock went back to 14. It was like, you got to put the ball down because you get these American travels a lot. And then it's like the continuation. And once you get to 5 fouls, you got 2 free throws. And it's 10-minute quarters, and you get 4. So I'm like, oh, it's easy. I thought it was easy, but it was just like, man, they wanted you to score. And like I said, I wasn't that type of player. I didn't like all that attention. I just like to play the game the right way, get everybody else involved. And he was like, man, you got to be more aggressive. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to score. Okay. So it really didn't work out that well, like my first year. But I was fortunate enough to get another offer to go back there the next year, and I figured it out. But it was a difficult journey the first time because I'm a picky eater, and like I didn't speak the language at the time, and it was just like all I was eating was sandwiches. I was making just sandwiches, man, just mayonnaise, fries, and cold cuts. Just that's what I was doing, and then it helped because it was like 3 other rookies out here with us. One from Chicago, one from Rhode Island, and one from Texas. So it was a little bit from everywhere. So it was pretty cool. It helped out to have other guys in the same situation.
Did you ever order pommes frites and get the scoop of mayonnaise on your French fries? What was your reaction?
Yeah, man. I'm like, man, what y'all doing? I'm like, let me get some fries. Pommes, fries. Mayo or ketchup? Like ketchup. Like mayo, but it's not that bad once you get used to it though.
Man, I couldn't get used to it. The first time I said pommes frites, my man gave me some fries, took that ice cream scooper and hit mayonnaise on. I was like, you gotta take them back. You gotta take them back. Yes.
Man,
what about schnitzel? What about schnitzel?
Oh yeah, that's good, man. It's almost around that time though. Schnitzel and asparagus for Easter.
Yes.
I see you know about it, man.
Oh yeah. Over there for a while.
Real nice.
You know, I love
it, man. It's almost that time. Easter in what, 2 weeks? Those schnitzels. Yeah, it's pretty good, man.
Have you ever been to the Oktoberfest?
Man, nope, not in Munich. We was always, that's when the season started. I've never been to the Oktoberfest in Munich, but I've been to a beer garden in Munich. Okay. I've been to the beer garden, but I never been to the Oktoberfest or dressed up. And I never been to the carnival yet. Cause man, I'm like, man, I'm trying to chill out. I know I get in some trouble if I got.
So explain to the viewers about the Strauss.
Oh, man.
Those who have never been to Germany, their Strauss is a train system.
Man, it's hella fast. Yeah, man. Like, yeah, the train is pretty I think the train go up to like 200, 210, something like that. And it's just like it's the fastest train. And it's just like it's sometimes it's easier to take the train rather than drive. And man, like Skip said, I don't usually do that type of stuff because I get lost. I get lost easily, man. I got off on the wrong train. I was lost. I had to wait another hour, get on. I'm like, yeah, it's not for me. But yeah, what are you saying? It's just like, man, it's the fastest train. You got that one, you got another one where it's like the Amtrak. It go 3-4 times faster than the Amtrak, which is
Like
pretty good.
it looked like it's floating, man. It don't even look like it's touching the rails. It looked like it's floating.
It's nice, man. The students get to ride that for free sometimes, I think, in certain states. But it's cool. Man, you know everything. I see you.
I'm old guy. I'm an old guy.
We have to come visit for Oktoberfest.
Pull up. Pull up.
I'm down.
Go live from Oktoberfest, yes, sir.
Yep.
Maybe a lot of people don't know this, man. And I remember when I first heard this, I'm like, man, no, he not. He ain't the coach and he playing. Explain that. Explain that. And I always ask you, did you get a coaching salary and a playing salary? How does that go?
Man, it was a crazy year. It was my second year. We started off to a bad start. And then, like, coach got fired, like, halfway through the season. And then, like, for, like, the next 6 games, another coach came. He quit. Then the coach was the coach. They hired another coach. He was the coach for, like, he quit at halftime. He was like, yeah, listen to me. I can't make this up. He quit at halftime. So I'm like, yo, man, we done been through so much stuff. I'm like one of the leaders on the team. I'm like, it won't make sense to bring in another coach. You'll be wasting money. Let me coach. He's like, all right, we'll see how it is. Took over. We had like maybe 10 games left. I think we won maybe like seven out of the 10. But we ended up dropping out of the league because it was too late. So he was like, you want to come back next year as a player coach? I'm like, player coach? I'm like, what you mean? Like, you coach and you play. I say, so I design practice, and I'm like, yeah, for sure. I'm like, yeah, we ain't doing no running. Practice is gonna be easy. I'm like, yup. So he did that. So I got 2 different salaries. I got, coach's salary, but they put it on one. So what I didn't know was like they was trying to move back up, and it was pressured because it's like the team with the best record move up to the next level. And we started off like 15-0, and we lose to like the worst place team. I'm like, oh, here we go. Like, I shot bad. The other dude shot bad. It was 3 of us. We all shot bad. We lost. So we ended up winning the league at like the last game. We was down like 15 at halftime. And the president was like, if we lose this game, we do not move up. It'll be a wasted season. Like, just panic. And I'm like, man, chill, we good. The team was good that was playing too. End up coming back and we won the league. I got player of the year, first team, and we went back up to the Pro B that year. And then I ended up doing my coach's license. So right now I can coach second league Germany. And I think like next year I'm gonna do my A license to be like a first league. Like A license in Germany, you can coach, I think, like Euro Cup, Euro League. It's like one of the highest coaches license in Europe. But they just gave me another outlook, another option, like after basketball, to get into coaching. And then I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone by like playing and coaching, getting the experience as a coach, and also while playing. So I'm like, okay. And then I had the B license, the second highest license in Germany, for about 4 years now. So I'm actually like, after basketball, I'm gonna try to get into coaching. So I'm like, I saw that as an opportunity to move forward in another direction after basketball, like after I'm done playing.
My first question for you, Mimi, do they pay on time?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to get with a trustworthy team, but I know some clubs that don't pay on time, and sometimes they don't pay at all. But in this situation where I was at, where I'm at, they always like, if you need it earlier, just let me know. It was a trustworthy thing, and I'm really big on like that. And sometimes like you can go to the team and be like, we pay this amount, but you might not see that. And that's what certain people don't know. And then there's a lot to go in with like being here. And people just think like it's so easy. You can just upload a few clips on YouTube or whatever, cone work, and you think you're ready to come out here and play. But man, it's a different type of game once you get out here.
How so? Is it faster, more fundamental, or how would you say it's different?
Man, it's not even basketball wise. It's like, are you mentally prepared to be like looked at differently sometimes? Like not even saying it's racist here, but like sometimes you experience that. Then like the food, being alone, away from your family. Then when things not going well, how do you cope with stuff? And then like if you're not playing well, the situation, are you mentally prepared for that type of stuff? As far as basketball wise, I think you can adapt to it for sure. It's just not like street ball. You're not gonna come over here and take certain clubs not gonna allow you to come over here and take all these damn dribbles and these moves that you see now on YouTube or in the NBA. It's more structured, more, spacing. Like it's big on spacing, like the pick and roll, the Euro step is more skilled, I would say. Because in the States, there's a lot of athleticism and stuff like that.
I mean, my question for you is, you down 2, game on the line, you the coach and the player. Is you designing something for yourself, or is you designing something for the other player?
It depends on how I'm feeling. If I'm hot this game, we gonna let it fly.
Hey Skip, you just took my question. I was gonna say, who takes the last shot?
I know him.
If it comes down to it, who's taking the last shot?
That's crazy because I don't be taking them though. I be passing it. I draw something up for somebody else because most of the time I'm not the better shooter on the team. Mm. Like I'm more like the playmaker. I didn't like my game didn't not change, but evolve to like getting other people involved. I can shoot still, but it depends on how the game's going. Mm. Like this stuff happened this season. I made a real dumb decision. We was down. It was a tie game, like 10 seconds left. I do a move. I'm like, I want to shoot this 3. I had the 3. I could have shot it, but I'm like, nah, we in the bonus. I'm gonna go to the basket. Hopefully I get 5. Man, I had the whole right lane. I waited too long, made the wrong decision. But it all just depends on like how the game going, who's hot, stuff like that. But I would 8 out of 10 times I'm not taking that last shot unless I see something in the defense. I'm usually taking the ball out to pass the ball or setting the screen or being the decoy. That's how I usually go.
Okay, so let me ask you.
If it's tie game, what's up?
Where you at in your career now? What's the most funnest part, coaching or actually playing?
Man, I love playing. Coaching be stressful. You like, man, these dudes don't listen. I understand how coaches be. I be like, man, I'm going board, man. I be like, yo, because I know how you feel now. Because I be like, yo, I just sat here and drew this play, and you go out here, you don't know exactly, you mess it up. But I love playing, man, because you play, you can talk so much stuff, and then you just feel that energy. You get a stop, you're like, oh, you can't guard me, man. Your calf muscles ain't big enough. you gonna struggle today, big fella. But coaching is also fun too, man. Just to see like your kids develop and to learn and to get better each day and day in and day out. But at the moment for me, it's I enjoy playing 100%.
How's your hand?
Oh man, I'm good. I got like 4 more weeks. This thing happened like the day before game. We had like a double header, like Friday, Sunday game. Thursday in practice, just a little walkthrough or try to make like a skip pass like that, hit my man's hands. Nail was bleeding. I'm like, oh shit. Like I jammed my thumb. So I'm like, all right, I thought my nail came off. So I'm like, I just tape it up. I'm like, oh, this shit hurt. It hurt. So I'm like, all right, next day, just pop a couple ibuprofens, like, because it was a big game. Go out there and hoop. I'm like, man, it don't feel right. I'm in warm-ups. I'm just shooting. I'm like, oh, this junk feel weird. But I'm hitting some of them too. I'm like, all right. Once the adrenaline gets to going, I'm like, I'm good to go. But then like Sunday, like our assistant coach is a doctor. He looked, he's like, since we lost, he's like, nah, you get an x-ray on Monday. Got an x-ray, it's like it's a fracture. Went to the hospital, it's like, yeah, we're doing surgery tomorrow. I say, surgery? I say, oh man, I'd rather wait. I'm like, that's the last option. I'd rather just wait the 6 weeks. It's like the way that it's broke, I got like something like this inside.
Oh, wow.
Just, and it's like, you keep that in for 6 weeks, we pull it out, you good to go. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah. Unfortunately, we got 3 more games left.
So if you've been able to keep up, how's your bracket looking? If I don't know your schedule, whatever, how's your bracket?
Man, I suck at this type of stuff. Bro, I don't even know who in the. I like Buddy from Ohio. I like the guard from Ohio.
Yeah.
Because he's good friends with my teammate, and he told me about him last year, and then I kept up with him with his story, how he came up. I like Ohio. I like Gonzaga. I think Illinois might win it. I think I'm gonna go with Illinois.
Illinois is good.
I don't know, but I'm just that's an educated guess. Maybe not so much educated. Maybe a lucky guess.
maybe one of my last questions for you, man. Do you see yourself ever coming back NCs, like maybe to get the Persian coaching job, or to come back, or you just gonna ride it out and where you at?
Oh no, man! I got to talk to my wife about that, man. We ain't get that far along yet. You know, I don't know if you know, I'm married to a German. You know, I'm the boss in the relationship, but you know, sometimes I gotta talk to her about, you know, some of the decision makings we gotta do. But I won't mind it. She was like, Detroit? I don't know. She like, I don't know. She's like, we can go back to the States, but not Detroit. Maybe a little outside of Detroit, but
hey, have you brought
I
up?
would love that, man. Yeah, she came to visit me once. That's before we got married. I'm like, bruh, we not getting engaged until you know my people, until you know me. Maybe we don't make it. I'm like, this the real test right here. She came, everything went smooth. Once she left, man, I done lost my wallet. Somebody stole my debit card. I'm like, did I go to jail? I didn't go to jail. No, I didn't go to jail that time. I was like, everything bad happened. Like once she left. But I'm happy it happened like once she left. It was she stayed for about 2 weeks. It was pretty cool.
You take her to Coney?
It was a good time.
Hash browns?
I took her to the casino. Took her to the casino. Where else? We went to the casino, to Cedar Point. I took her to Western. Where else? To the gas station.
What was her favorite restaurant? We
went to we went to Fridays. We went to a little hood spot. Chicken and waffles on the west side somewhere.
Coney Island. Pizza Popolis.
She like was it Baskin Robbins or Red Robins?
Red Robin, it's both.
Red Robin, yeah, the burger spot.
She like that. But the stuff like in the States are hella big.
Yeah.
So like that. Where else we eat at? She like Cheetos. She like the gas, like, cause we got a lot of variety. She like Walmart. we ain't got none of that over here.
You should have took her to Coney.
So I'm like, yo, we just gonna stack up. I took her ass to Taco Bell. She ain't like Taco Bell, bro. Taco Bell, my favorite, man. She ain't like that. But she was like, it's different. It's pretty big. All the cars are bigger. But yeah, I wanted to meet Canada, but he ain't never around when I was there, when she was there.
Yeah, he always gone on training and stuff. All right, Vince, you got anything else before
That's
I
the homie, man.
I'm waiting on the question. You know I'm waiting on the question.
All
The
right,
big
Dimi,
question.
my favorite segment of the show is cut, bench, start. I'm gonna give you 3 players. You got to cut one, you got to bench one, you got to start one. You ready?
Yep. Talk to me.
We're gonna go Eric Evans, Mike Douglas, Dante Moten.
Eric Evans, Mike Douglas, Eric Evans, Dante, and Mike. Ooh, wee. And what's this based off of?
We can do you coaching.
Like hooping wise or?
We go no. You just cut, bench, start, and then
Yeah,
you
do it both. You a coach.
You're a coach too, so do both.
Oh, ooh, wee. I'm gonna have to go with cut, bench, start. All right. I'm gonna start Mike D. I'm gonna have Tay come off the bench and I'm gonna cut E. I'm gonna cut E because E cool. I don't know E like that. He's a bad boy. This a bias. This bias. He's a bad boy. But I mess with Tay and I mess with Mike D. Mike D the homie. But we've been through so much stuff together in 4 years in Western. that's the homie. Mike D the homie. So I'm going Mike D, Tay coming off the bench because I know him. We done went to elementary, went to high school together. E got to get cut. It's just no hard feelings.
As a coach now,
Okay, so take the homie situation out. You just a coach. You coach. Now who?
Coach,
you got to win. You need this win.
Win. I'm going to start E. Shit, this tough. Mike D or Tay Moten? Mike D or Tay Moten? Who coming off the bench? Damn. Ooh, this tough. Mike D or Tay coming off the bench. E can shoot it. E can get to the basket. E be dropping it off. I need a backup point guard. Tay or Mike D. Ooh, I'm gonna go with Tay. I'm gonna cut Mike on this one.
Okay.
Mike D.
Well, my last thing, Craig, is make sure he gets my address. I want some gummies. I want some of them authentic German gummies. And I want some Raiders. Some of them Raiders. The caramel wrapped in chocolate. I need to hook up.
Man. I gotta let my wife hear this, man.
So do they still have the gummy trucks that come around?
Yeah. You say you want some gummies?
Yes.
You said you want some gummies. What else?
And some Raiders. That caramel and chocolate. Those Raiders candy bars. I need them in my life. I miss them.
Oh God, bro.
Gummy bashing. That's it?
Yes, sir.
Damn, bro. You don't want no German chocolate? No other German chocolate?
I actually found that down here in Houston. We got a whole German village. We got the German chocolate, but they don't have the gummies or the Raiders. Damn. We have a whole German village down here.
Do they be taxing for it?
No.
Man, we just got like an American store like in the city. Man, you get Reese's, bro. You gotta pay like €2-3. Like Gatorade, like €5. I'm like, man, they be taxing.
But when you come back, you and the wife come down to Houston, and I got you. I'm gonna take you to this German village.
Yeah, man. She right here smiling.
Okay. All right.
My last question.
Send me the address, man.
My last question for you, Mimi. If who'd you watch on this podcast, and if you got the plug, you got to plug us.
Who I want to watch? You have my D yet?
Nah, everybody keeps saying my D too.
Mike D. I want to see Mike D. Flynn. I'm gonna give you a couple. Mike D. Flynn or you had Dion?
Desmond, yeah, he talked a lot. Yeah, we had him.
Diallo. That's the homie, man. Let me see who else. B. Perry, bro. You gotta get B. Perry on here.
I just seen B. Perry Friday night.
Bruh. Mike D or B. Perry.
Okay.
Mike D or B. Perry, for sure. Yeah, set that up for me, man.
My producer, pull from the hip 4/5, I'm the shooter. Dog, I do ya. But the two don't discriminate, cause I shoot the guy next to ya.
I ain't heard that podcast.